Very good afternoon, children. The next topic from your Unit 9, Kinetic Theory of Gas, from 11th Physics, second volume. The topic name is Relation between Pressure and Mean Kinetic Energy. Relation between pressure and mean kinetic energy. This is very important. 3 more questions, children. Please listen carefully. From earlier section, the internal energy of the gas is given by the above equation can also be written as U is equal to 3 by 2 NKT. So for earlier section, the internal energy of gas is given by U is equal to 3 by 2 NKT. So above equation can also be written as U is equal to 3 by 2 PV, because PV is equal to NKT. So since PV is equal to NKT, so here in this equation we get P is equal to this 2 term goes to left hand side, means numerator, then 3 and V term goes to left hand side, means it will move towards to denominator. So the equation can be written as 2U divided by 3V. P is equal to 2U divided by 3V is equal to 2 by 3 small u. 2 by 3 small u is nothing but small u, it is represent capital U divided by capital V. That means the pressure of the gas is equal to 2/3 of internal energy per unit volume or internal energy density. U is equal to capital U divided by capital V. Now, writing the pressure in terms of mean kinetic energy density using equation 9.6, P is equal to 1 by 3 nm d square vector. Already we know this formula. P is equal to 1 by 3 nm d square vector is equal to, this step can be written as 1 by 3 rho v square, because rho is the mass density. Rho is equal to nm. So that is why the equation becomes 1 by 3 rho v square. The next, multiply and divide RHS, that means right hand side of equation 9.13 by 2. We get 2 by 3 rho by 2 v square. Here rho by 2 v square is nothing but kinetic energy. So that is why the equation can be written as P is equal to 2 by 3 Ke vector, that means kinetic energy vector. So from the equation 9.14, pressure is equal to 2 by 3 of mean kinetic energy per unit volume. Mean kinetic energy per unit volume. The next topic, important 3 more questions. Some elementary deductions from kinetic theory of gas. Some elementary deduction from kinetic theory of gas. So there are 3 statements. One is the Boyle's law statement, another one is the Charles law, and another one is Avogadro number. Now, Boyle's law statements. From the equation 9.12, we know that PV is equal to 2 by 3 U. But the internal energy of an ideal gas is equal to N times the average kinetic energy. This point is very important point for your objective question. Internal energy of an ideal gas is equal to N times the average kinetic energy epsilon of the each molecules. So small capital U is equal to N into epsilon. For a fixed temperature, the average translational kinetic energy epsilon will remains constant. For fixed temperature, the average translational kinetic energy epsilon will remains constant. It implies that PV is equal to 2 by 3 capital N into epsilon. So that means PV is equal to constant. Therefore, this is a statement of Boyle's law. Please listen carefully. Mark it down. Note it down, children. Pressure of a given gas is inversely proportional to its volume provided the temperature remains constant. So pressure is inversely proportional to volume at a constant temperature. This is Boyle's law statement. This is important. 2 more questions. Please note it down, children. Then second statement is Charles law. Second statement is Charles law. From the equation 9.212, we get PV is equal to 2 by 3 into U. For a fixed pressure, this is a statement of Charles law. Please note it down. The volume of the gas is proportional to internal energy of the gas or average kinetic energy of the gas, and the average kinetic energy is directly proportional to absolute temperature. It implies that V is directly proportional to absolute temperature capital T, or V by T is equal to constant. This is the Charles law statement, very important statement, 2 mark question. Once again repeat, the volume of the gas is proportional to internal energy of the gas or average kinetic energy of the gas, and the average kinetic energy is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. So V is directly proportional to T, capital T, or V by T is equal to constant. Then the last statement, Avogadro's law. This law states that at constant temperature and pressure, please note it down children, this law is state that at constant temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases contain the same number of molecules. For two different gases at the same temperature and pressure, according to kinetic theory of gases, here 1 by 3 P is equal to 1 by 3 N1 divided by V into M1 V1 square vector is equal to 1 by 3 N2 divided by V into N2 divided by V into M2 into V2 square the vector. So where V1 square vector and V2 square vector are the mean square speed for two gases, and N1 and N2 are the number of gas molecules in two different gases. At the same temperature, average kinetic energy per molecule is the same for two gases. So 1 by 2 M1 V1 square vector is equal to 1 by 2 M2 V2 square. Dividing the equation 9.15 by 9.16 here, 9.15 by 9.16, we get N1 is equal to N2. This is Avogadro law. It is sometimes referred to Avogadro's hypothesis or Avogadro's principle. Once again repeat the Avogadro law. This law states that at constant temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases contain the same number of molecules. For two different gases at the same temperature and pressure, according to kinetic theory of gases. The next important 3 more question is root mean square speed. That means VRMS. Root mean square VRMS is defined as the square root of the mean of the square of speed of all molecules. It is denoted by VRMS is equal to root of V square vector. Equation 9.8 can be written as mean square speed V square vector is equal to 3 kT divided by M. So root mean square speed is VRMS is equal to the square goes to right hand side, means it will move to root 3 kT divided by M. The equation becomes root 3 kT divided by M. Root 3 value is 1.73. So this equation can be written as 1.73 into root of kT divided by M. Root of kT divided by M. From the equation, we infer the following. So very important point, children. Please note it down. RMS speed is directly proportional to square root of the temperature and inversely proportional to square root of the mass of the molecules. So this point is very important for your objective type question. Please mark it down. Note it down. RMS speed is directly proportional to the square root of the temperature and inversely proportional to the square root of the mass of the molecules. At a given temperature, the molecule of lighter mass move faster on an average than the molecules with heavier masses. The next example is lighter molecules like hydrogen and helium have as VRMS than heavier molecules such as oxygen and nitrogen at the same temperature. Second point is increasing the temperature. This is also very important objective definition. Increasing the temperature will increases the RMS speed of the molecules, because when the temperature is increases, the motion of the molecules also increases. That is why increasing the temperature will increases the RMS speed of the molecules. We can also write the VRMS in terms of gas constant capital R. Equation 9.18 can be written as here. This is the equation 9.18 can be written as follows. VRMS is equal to root of 3 Na kT divided by NaM. That means Na is the Avogadro number. NaK is equal to capital R and NaM is equal to capital M, molecular mass. The root mean square speed of RMS speed is, actual formula is V RMS is equal to root of 3 RT divided by M. Here R can be written as NAK, capital M can be written as NAM. So the equation 9.6 can also be written in terms of RMS speed. P is equal to 1 by 3 Nm V RMS square. So here V RMS square is equal to V square vector. This is very important 2 mark question, children. Please listen carefully, note it down. Impact of VRMS is in nature. First point. This is very important 2 mark question, children. Please note it down. Listen carefully. Moon has no atmosphere because the escape speed of gas on surface of moon is much less than that of root mean square speed of gases due to low gravity. Moon has the low gravity. So due to this, all the gases escape from the surface of the moon. So this is the reason for the gas escape from the surface of the moon. The second point is no hydrogen in earth atmosphere. Why? As the root mean square speed of hydrogen is much less than that of nitrogen, it easily escape from the earth atmosphere. In fact, the presence of non-reactive nitrogen instead of highly combustible hydrogen deters many disastrous consequences. So this is the reason to escape the hydrogen substance from the earth atmosphere. So this point is very important 2 mark question. Moon has no atmosphere and no hydrogen in earth atmosphere. Thank you very much, children.